Alrighty, well, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather, just bringing you a quick update today on our Christmas Eve system. We're sponsored today by Metal Magic in Washington. You can give Chad a call, 698-8555 for all of your paintless tint repair needs. And of course, be sure to tell them that Southern Indiana Weather sent you. All right, just a quick update this morning. Models are starting to come into a little bit better agreement here, and I apologize if I'm talking a little lower than normal here. I'm traveling, so I'm sort of in a different location than in my weather office, just doing this on my laptop. But the models are starting to come into a little bit better agreement here. So not perfect agreement yet. We still got some details very much that we need to fine tune. But the placement of the low is starting to get a little bit better. And you can see this monster of a storm system moving in. This is actually for Wednesday. It looks like the rain will probably start on Monday afternoon or evening. And then it'll rain probably a good portion of the day on Tuesday as well. Change over Tuesday night into Wednesday, and it looks like at least some snow showers now for Christmas Eve. Possibly some accumulating snow, but those are some of the details that are still going to have to be worked out. This is what the latest Canadian model thinks, and you can see this is just an absolutely powerful low, 976 low up here in northern Indiana. Look at the cold air being wrapped around into here. This would lead to multiple inches of accumulation. Notice how remarkably similar the GFS is here. It's not as deep in the low. It only has it to a 988, where it was a 976 up here on the Canadian 976. Stronger low, able to pull in more moisture and more cold with it, so it's going to get a little bit more of an accumulation with it, whereas the GFS is a little bit on the lighter side. But nonetheless, still a monster of a system. Now, what you notice on either one of these is how tight the ISO lines, the ISO bars here are together, folks. It's going to indicate a very windy day. Let me show you the European, though, and just to show you, it's in a similar vein, but it's a 984 low, and look how it's placed a little bit differently over to here. And it doesn't have quite the same structure to it, but it's in a similar location. Similar enough that we can say we're pretty confident now that we're going to have a major low pressure storm system moving into our area. And really, at this point, it's only a question of just exactly how strong and exactly what kind of precipitation we're going to get with it. I do think that we're going to see some snow out of this system, but to me right now the question is whether it's going to be an accumulating snow. The GFS has light accumulations. European is on board with some light accumulations as well, and then the Canadian is actually going for some not heavy snow totals, but certainly a few inches there. So there's still some variance in the modeling. The storm system is actually moving on shore this today sometime. So by tonight's models, we'll at least be able to get the lead wave of that system into our upper air network to sample. That'll start to help our models come into a little bit clearer picture of what's going to happen, hopefully over the tonight's models, and then certainly for tomorrow's as well. We'll be able to get a little bit clearer forecast for this. But one thing that is clear to me now, whether we get snow accumulation or not, that's still very much a question at this point. One thing that is clear to me is there's going to be a very windy day, especially on Tuesday, but Wednesday especially the biggest day here. That strong low pressure up to our north, just look at these winds wrapping around the system, and the color fill equates to the winds. The green winds are approaching 20 plus knots, so we're looking at, I've went with a 20 to 30 mile per hour northwest wind in the forecast for Wednesday, folks. It's going to be a very breezy day, so any snow showers that do fall down, it's just going to be a wind-blown snow for sure, and we could end up getting some accumulating snow off of that, but again, there's a lot of questions. As I said, the Canadian model, just to give you some ideas, gives you some fairly heavy snow totals here. The GFS, not so much on the snow totals. European is very similar to the GFS, so I don't show it here, but just the idea, folks, that the potential is there, but there's a lot of things we got to work out, because the big story that we're going to have here is going to be the temperatures and exactly how far they crash, and whether anything can stick or not. So we'll keep you updated on that, folks. Now, beyond that, just really quickly here, take a look at how our temperatures are going to crash in a long time. I've been telling you for a long time now, folks. The Arctic Oscillation is going strongly negative, and so is the North Atlantic Oscillation. Blocking pattern locks in that cold pattern. Take a look out here. We're going to enjoy Monday and Tuesday, and that high on Wednesday is probably going to be at midnight as temperatures fall throughout the day. Tuesday, the ensembles here are saying we might even get close to 60. I don't think that. I think the upper 40s to very low 50s is about the best that we are going to do, in my personal opinion, at this point, until I see some better data. But it's going to be nice and warm for this time of year, regardless, those couple of days. But then it's a slow trending cool down beyond that by the time we get to open the new year. Take a look at that. Highs only in the low 20s, according to the ensembles. So major cold is on our way. Impossible to know the exact details about that, but no, folks, it's going to get very cold. And of course, when it gets that very cold, well, then that's prime time for some storms to roll in. And there would be no question what kind of an event those storms would be. So we'll keep you up to date as things change on here, folks. But for right now, that's sort of where we stand. Taking a look quickly at your 10-day forecast, go to southernindianaweather.com and you can get this. Sort of a mostly cloudy day here, maybe some partial clearing during the afternoon hours, but we're going to go up to about 38 for your high, maybe even up to 40 around the Evansville area if you're lucky, along the Ohio River there. So not a bad day, down to 27 tonight. And hey, look at this. Tomorrow, not a bad day, mid 40s, upper 40s, and low 50s on Monday and Tuesday. So not bad days there at all. Some rain moving into the forecast, but hey, that's certainly above normal for where we're at this time of the year. Very windy though. Take a look at winds 10 to 15 miles per hour on both of those days. Cold northwest wind comes though on Christmas Eve, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. And then again, the snow accumulation will be possible, but there's a lot of questions with that. I'll have another update tomorrow with the latest trends on that. But for right now, I'm just going to say rain changing to snow showers, very windy, and we'll leave the accumulation in just the possible category right now. And then cold for Thursday as well. I do think there will be a few lingering snow showers still possible around the area, but only the mid 30s or so for a high. And then another system starts to move in, brings a little bit warmer air. I could see us potentially even getting into the low 40s if things were just right on Friday. But again, the further you go into the models, the more questions you have. And then after that, the slow cool down begins again with cold temperatures. And then, of course, I've already showed you this, but that cool down is going to continue on into some very cold weather. So that's the latest of way things stand right in here for Saturday the 20th, folks. I'll have another update out for you tomorrow afternoon. So hopefully we'll come to some better understanding of what's going to happen. So if you got Christmas shopping to do, though, just to sort of recap today, just a few snow flurries around the area, and it's just going to be cold with temperatures in the upper 30s. And really, the snow flurries are already moving out. Nothing really accumulated. A couple of places up around Gosport and some others got a trace of snow, and that was about it from the system to our south. So nothing to worry about today. If you got holiday plans, you are in good shape for today. All right, folks, I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite for Southern Indiana Weather. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.